Yeah, I know, Volkswagens are always dirty because they leak oil. But I tell you, there's a way of putting them together so they don't leak oil. And there's a way to treat them so they don't leak oil. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, I'll show you sometime, sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. One guy can pull an engine out of a Volkswagen, sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't take a lot of fancy equipment, but you have to jack it up real high. Sure. Yeah. No, you don't have to use an engine hoist. Usually you got to raise the whole car up because you set the engine down. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, you should take the oil out of the engine. That way if you break a push rod tube, oil doesn't get all over the place. Sure. Yep.
What about the gaskets?
Well, when you take an engine apart, it doesn't have gaskets, but once you get the engine off and you see can you believe that? That's the front of the engine, and the engine that's up on the transmission, that's the front of the engine. And there's the oil seal there, and that's what you want to do. Yeah. Uh-huh. Sure, they're easy to get out and change. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, oh, well, sure. Yeah. You just have to be careful and don't drop the engine because they're magnesium. Mm-hmm. No, you don't have to take the fan shroud off. Yeah, that's what that's called. That's the fan shroud. Yep. Sure. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can take the distributor out and put it back in real easy. Yeah. And then you have to reset the timing on the thing, but that'll work. Sure.
Grandpa teach you.
Yeah. Yep.
Grandpa teach you. Yeah. Grandpa teach you.
Sure.
How to do it.
Oh, you want to know how? Yeah, when you set the valves, you just take the valve cover off, and you need a screwdriver and feeler gauges. And then you turn the little nut on the end of the rocker arm. And then you feel and put a little space in there. Why do you have a space in there? Well, as the engine heats up, it tightens up, and that space gets just a little bit smaller. And you need that space so when the valve hits the valve seat, oh, the valve seat, that's inside the head. Yeah, you can't see that part, but I can show you one. And the valve needs to sit on that valve seat and cool off a little bit for that millisecond. Yep, absolutely. Yep. Yeah. And nothing like a Volkswagen once you get it rebuilt and it starts up. Yeah.
He stood on the dune buggy last night. I put him on the back.
You was on the dune buggy last night?
Yeah.
Was you on the dune buggy? Was you on Grandpa's dune buggy last night?
You're a happy guy. You're a happy guy. Yeah.
Is it blue? Is it blue? Is the dune buggy blue? Yeah. It was fun. It's going to be fun, fun, fun.
Yeah.
You tell Jeffrey and Jimmy that, oh, I'm going to have so much fun on the dune buggy. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Say, ah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. I like a dune buggy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Look at my hand. See my hand, Grandpa?
Mm-hmm.
It goes right in my mouth.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
Yep. Well, the first thing you do is you have to undo the 4 bolts to take the engine off, the transmission. And then 2 people can carry the engine and set it up on your workbench. Yeah. Well, sure, you can take a chair and sit it up next to the bench and sit down and work on it. You don't have to stand there all the time. You can just do it the way you want to do it. There's no rules there.
It's been written about in a lot
Yep. Yep. And then the first thing you want to do is take the fan shroud off and undo the fan belt. And it takes 2 screws. And the fan shroud will come off. And there's a clamp that holds the generator on. And you undo that, and then the fan shroud comes right off. It's real simple. Yeah. Sure it is. Yep. And then you have the block there. Then you need to do 2 screws and then take off the tins that are screwed to the heads. And then you pull those tins off, and then you see the cylinders that are right there. Yep. How many cylinders it got? It's got 4. 4 cylinders. Yep. 4 cylinders. Sure. And then, once you get to that point, now you have what's called as a long block. Yeah, it's a long block. It's not long. It's actually pretty small, but it's a long block. Yep. Then you have to take the little clip, and you pull it down, and then the valve cover can come off. There's 2 of those on each side of the engine. And then you'll immediately see 2 nuts right there.
2 nuts? I see 2 nuts sitting in the chair.
Yeah. There's 2 nuts there.
2 nuts sitting in the chair.
Take off those nuts. You just don't unscrew them all the way. You break them both loose at the same time. And unscrew them both at the same time.
They're both loose.
And that's called the rocker shaft, and on that are the rocker arms. Remember when we adjusted those for valve clearance? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You did a good job on that too. Sure.
Yeah.
Well, then the rocker arm comes off. And then if you look just a little deeper, you'll see 8 nuts. And that's what holds the cylinder head on. Yep. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Sometimes you have to take a little hammer and tap the cylinder off, but you start unbolting those cylinder nuts, the studs, and you unpull those nuts and you back those off a little bit at a time. Yep. And then the head will come off. Then when you have your head off, you can see that the valves are right there. Yep.
I get your hand.
Yeah.
I get your hand.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
can you get it? Oh, can you get it?